Just 9 months ago, the CSC was filled with squeals of, "Hello, and it's great to see you again. How was your summer? What did you do? Where did you travel? What did you learn?" The squeals were loud, and it's always worth smiling as we come down to join one another. And between those squeals of absolute delight, 9 months ago, there were the quieter, murmured sounds that come from people meeting each other for the very first time, far away from home. Perhaps a little less secure, a little more tentative. What's your name? Where's home? The answer to that one may change a bit, we would soon learn, as this new place starts to feel like home to us. Tell me your friends back home. What will you be studying here? 9 months ago, it was the season of new beginnings. It was curtains rising, the frame on the picture changing. And just 9 months later, it becomes a very different season from that. Now, many will know our name, and with our name, they will know our story. And now it is the season of goodbying. Goodbye for the summer. Goodbye into your future and mine. What happened in between is friendship. The mystery of strangers becoming friends. It seems almost like magic the way it happens, and yet so much work, risking vulnerability, scared it wasn't going to be mutual, the dry times when both of us were crabby and tired. It is a crazy thing to get to know someone and let them get to know us, to exchange ideas and disagree sometimes quite heatedly at that. And somewhere in the back of our minds, the whole time in the back of our minds, we knew that someday he or she would leave, or we would leave. We knew someday it would hurt, and hurt bad. Or maybe we should say, hurt good. That's it. That a goodbye to a friend could hurt good. Last weekend, many of our alumni passed through the CSC, back from graduate schools and other places, back from other cities and faraway countries. Now lawyers and doctors and moms and dads and priests and sisters, married and not married and once married. They have said many of their own goodbyes and I love yous in the time in between. And too many of them have buried their dead now as well. But I have to say, it was like 9 months ago all over again to see them. That after those dreadful goodbyes to each other that we exchanged, however many years ago, meeting them as if for the first time, it felt like, and still like the beginning, those squeals of recognition and promise, only to say goodbye all over again. Maybe the seasons are not so different after all, because these goodbyes were buried in those hellos, and we barely let ourselves see it. And maybe this goodbye, this year, this time, as full of tears as it can be, isn't so bad. And maybe even death, when it comes, does not have to be so feared after all. Because when it comes to friends, to say goodbye is to hurt so good. Goodbyes and hellos get muddled, don't they? Recently, I was invited to sit in the cockpit of a plane during takeoff. From that perspective, up ahead, that runway just gets narrower and narrower and narrower. And just when you think it's all about to end, there is takeoff. All this weight begins to lift up, to lift us up from all this gravitas, all this gravity that wants to keep pulling us back down. And with liftoff comes this whole new world we didn't even know was there that opens up for us. It hurts so good. Listen to those words again from our scripture. As a matter of fact, listen again and again to those words that try to describe everything we understand to be sacred. As they approached the village to which they were going, they got the impression that he was going to go on farther. But they urged him, "Stay with us. Stay with us. It's nearly evening, and the day is done." I don't know if there are any more comforting words to ever hear from someone. That they'd grown to love us enough, in spite of our foibles and weaknesses and failures, that they would come to love us enough, that those friendships would be deep enough now that they would say to us, "I wish you would stay. I really don't want you to go." I see our time together now, whether it's here at the CSC or in life, in marriage, or whatever, I see it as that runway, really. We meet along the way, we walk together talking, we get lost in conversation, and along the way strangers do become friends. And somewhere along the way, if we're lucky, someone will say to us when it's our turn, "Stay with us. I want you to stay." And I got to say that with those words, if we're lucky enough to hear someone ever say, "I miss you," with just those words, any of the loneliness of our lives is cut at least in half. And something about our existence is confirmed. Someone has witnessed to our life enough that they would want us to stay. When I see couples get married here, or anywhere really, when I hear of engagement, I think to myself, gosh, of all the people in the world they could have been with, this one, they chose this one. And to this one of all the others, they said, "Please stay. I don't want you to go. You mean that much to me." It's what friends find themselves wanting to say to each other as that runway gets narrower and narrower. And every May before leaving, it's what I hear echoed again and again. And I hear it at the bedside of those we love who are dying. "I wish you would stay." All of that, perhaps all of everything, is born from those words of those two people walking on the road together, sharing life, sharing pain, not even noticing that as they walked together, talking, not even noticing that along the way, between those hellos and goodbyes, what was revealed was the love that birthed the universe, known only by the words. Were not our hearts burning within us along the way while we were together? All things come to an end, and they go on forever. All things come to an end, and they go on forever. I'd love for you to hear yourself say just those words. All things come to an end, and they go on forever. This is life. Take it or leave it. This is friendship. Take it or leave it. And after 66 years of it, my vote, take it.